If Kezia Dugdale really wants to give people in this country a choice in just a few months' time, then she has to do more than whine from the opposition benches. She has to give an alternative, and so far there ain't no alternative from the Labour Party whatsoever. Finally, Presiding Officer, this time last week, if memory serves me correctly, Kezia Dugdale was asking me to invest more money in local authorities. Today she's asking us to put more money into the National Health Service. She's yet to tell us where any of this extra money is coming from. So I will issue an open invitation to her today. Here's the draft budget. It is a draft budget. I'm happy to pass it over, and if Kezia Dugdale wants to send it back to me, marking where Labour wants to cut things in this budget to pay for the extra money that they keep talking about, I'll be happy to listen. The fact
Nicola Sturgeon has challenged me more than once to see how Labour would do things differently. She says she has to continue with austerity unless someone can show her how to avoid the huge cuts she's forcing on our schools and on local communities. Well, that's what I'm doing today. Because given the choice between using our powers or making cuts to our children's future, our nation's future, we choose to use our powers. So when the SNP return to the Scottish Parliament with their budget tomorrow, we will put forward an amendment that they should accept. If they don't, this will define the Scottish election campaign. So we will tear up this SNP budget that simply manages Tory austerity, and instead we will use our power to set the Scottish rate of income tax 1 pence higher than the rate set by George Osborne. This is a fair way to avoid the cuts and to provide hundreds of millions of pounds more to invest in our future. It's fair because we'd make sure that low-paid workers don't lose out, and those at the top, well, they would pay the most. The SNP have always told us that more powers would mean fewer cuts. Well, we have this power now, so let's choose to use it. Let's choose not to make these cuts. And if we don't make this change, it is our children, our young people, and the most vulnerable in society who will pay the price.